Hello everyone, welcome to the Sun in the 5th house of your chart. Video is good for you. The Sun is placed 5 houses away from your ascendant, can also be seen from your moon chart, and actually D9, it has some significance also. Also, if you have a Western chart though, make sure that you have sign for house system, and then it's good for you too. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to sub below. Let's begin. What is the 5th house of your chart? It's all of your past good karmas coming back to you as understanding, learning, and wisdom. But it's the new future path as well, because the natural karaka is Jupiter. It's a house of education, particularly spiritual, deep, Shastra education, spiritual path in any religion. We learn all of the deep wisdom in this 5th house and your learning style in your education generally, because it is 9th house from the 9th house of higher learning. The 5th house makes us creative. It is 5th house from the ascendant. It shows individual talent, very often inborn talent in areas such as artistry, dance, drama, any form of creativity whatsoever. This is the house where you showcase your talent to the world. And as you showcase your talent, you will create a certain fame for yourself. Fame is shown from ascendant and how many fans you have from the 5th house. Popularity, followers, fans, students, all who you teach, who you guide, who follow you. They're all shown in this house, including, of course, your children. Relationships with your children, situation of your children, and how your children carry on your legacy. It's all shown by the 5th house. We become a little bit like kids ourselves in this 5th house. It's about sporting activity, daring, fearlessness, including gambling and speculation. Who is the sun? The sun is known as Surya. He is the Devata, who is actually the sun, but the sun which we see in the sky, we call Ravi, who travels around creating the zodiac itself within one solar year. At every new moon, a new sign is created. He is showing the light of existence and eternal reality because he represents our spirit soul, who we really are, known as Atman. This Atman resides in the heart chakra in your body. It is linked to the Supreme and also links you to every other living being. Sun in our chart represents purity and dharma, how we have to follow righteous action. Otherwise, he can be a very punishing planet in some cases. In your chart, he is a Karaka representative for the father, for the government, for leaders and all authority figures. And he shows your ability to rise in life also. He shows your ability to be creative, to be inventive, but very importantly, to create wealth and resources in your life. He is connected to the health and the vitality of our body. He gives us the ability to rise anew after every setback and to continue to make progress spiritually throughout every lifetime. So the sun is in your 5th house. Is this a good placement? Well, first of all, it's a natural house of Leo. So in many ways, the sun becomes empowered. But the secret to understanding this position is that the sun has a desire on the natural house of Aquarius, ruled by his enemies, Saturn and Rahu. There will be some conflicts also, definitely, I will discuss. But you should understand the sign of the sun first and foremost. The sun sign contains the karmas which will manifest through this 5th house placement. Check the video on my channel, Sun Karmas in all signs. I will link that below and at the end. First of all, the sun becomes very creative in this house of creativity, but also full of confidence, emboldened, determined, and definitely this is going to help you to promote yourself and your career because the sun rules our place in the world. So sun in the 5th house is a definite plus when it comes to personal creativity and personal promotion. The sun represents Dharma and the deep wisdom coming from spiritual development. It's great for all spiritual path, religious understanding, etc. when it's in this house, not too afflicted. It's good for learning in all situations, academic included. Don't forget, the sun shines on all without prejudice. Therefore, whatever wisdom, whatever education you get, very often, sun in the 5th house, you have to give it out again. This is a house of children. Educators, teachers, lecturers very often have this. And you are creative and empowered as a teacher of any sort with this position of the sun. What the sun really likes, though, deep down, is the spotlight. You see, spotlight on yourself, fifth house, is what makes you feel good. So it isn't just teachers, lecturers, but entertainment industry people of all sorts. Actors, actresses, film people, anybody, politician, anybody. Where the spotlight shines on you, you come alive. Because the sun is a creative force itself in the actual house of creativity, very often innate artistic talent, creative talent in some form can be there. It can be artistry skills, writing skills, dramatic skills, as I've just hinted, or any form of artistry, music, dance, anything. You love the spotlight for sure, but you also love to create. It's all to do with a deep need for self-expression. If you cannot find some place, vehicle, career, whatever it is, where you can express yourself in some personal, creative way, you can feel stifled with this sun, fifth house. It's an important part of your karma. It's a house of children, naturally. Sun here, you will desire to have children normally, unless there is a lot of affliction. You will definitely want to be a parent because the sun shines when you are guiding others, particularly your own children here. But sun is fire tattva. Fertility is ruled by water signs. So unless sun is actually in water signs such as Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, sometimes there can be delay in pregnancy, but female chart, please see ninth house as well, or delay in having children. Male children are normally favored by the sun in the fifth house. And sometimes sun in the fifth, you can be quite a strict parent. You can be quite a disciplinarian in some ways. You like to provide order for your kids, just like the sun rising and setting at the same time. You like to give that sort of security to your children, which is of course a good thing generally. At the same time, sun in the fifth house can be quite risk takers in life, quite daring in many situations, sporting activities, etc. You are attracted to them very often, but definitely sun in the fifth house, watch financial speculation, which you may be attracted to if there is affliction to this sun. Generally, sun in the fifth house is good for your health, but watch it carefully if there is affliction, especially from Saturn. There can be cardiovascular issues. Of course, the negative side about sun in the fifth house is an overinflated ego. You love the spotlight, but you like it because your ego gets stroked a little bit. So you have to be careful. Sun in the fifth house can be a little bit self-centered sometimes, and this comes out especially in the other area, ruled by the fifth house, romantic factors. Of course, the sun in the fifth house will make you romantic, make you fall in love very, very quickly. It's a fire tattva planet, passionate, don't forget, in some respects. But these can burn up quickly if there is affliction to the sun. Other thing is, you like the spotlight so much, can you give equal attention to your romantic partner? Sometimes some people with this position have a difficulty with that. Despite this, the most difficult conflicts for the sun often come from the 11th house, where the sun has a 7th aspect of desire. Fifth house sun desires to be part of society. You love to be out and about, socializing, partying, whatever it is, when you are younger, certainly. And definitely, you deeply want to be of service to humanity, of service to society, which is a positive thing. The factor is that sun in the fifth house attracts a lot of attention to yourself just by what you do. You can become famous, some people, by this sun in the fifth house even. You can get followers, fans, supporters, people who just want to be with you because of who you are. It's a very powerful position, and this can create enmity. It mightn't be openly voiced enmities, but there can be difficulty in your general friendship network circles when there is affliction to the sun. On the positive side, sun aspecting 11th house, sun is the actual resources we attract, aspecting the house of income. Many increases in your income can be seen from a well-placed sun here. Much wealth can be generated. Check out Sun Karmas in all signs up on your screen right now, and don't forget to sub below if you're new. Goodbye for now. God bless you all.